Oh, well, it was quite busy anyway, even though it was meant to be kind of a vacation, but still many things to do. Formula One is not only driving, it's also a lot of training, a lot of flights, but I think it was quite productive, so we managed quite well our winter time, and I am feeling even more ready now. Yeah, it's a good feeling because now the team is focused on me as well, because I'm one of the main drivers too. So yeah, it's a good feeling, and yeah, it's nice to see the work going on, being in process, and yeah, with the regulations changing so much this year, it's going to be a very interesting season ahead. I think it was very important because I managed to see how the Formula One weekend works, and for me it was like living all the timetable of a Formula One driver. So it definitely will help me a lot in my first race and so on. It was very useful. Yeah, well, yeah, it's gonna be a nice car, I think. Still, a lot of talks going on about how nice, how beautiful it is or not. But for me, a fun car is always a fun car, and it will always look beautiful, especially because it's my car. So, so yeah, it feels definitely real now, and yeah, we cannot wait to start the work in Jerez and future tests and the races, of course. Well, definitely not much pressure, to be honest. At places even a bit boring, but but yeah, some pressure is always welcome to feel it. It's always good because it makes you push harder, I think, and it's interesting. Without pressure, it's not interesting. You have to always push yourself to the limits, so like everyone else is doing, and then it's gonna be very interesting too. Oh, well, depends. I mean, now we're quite limited with the testing, but I still believe that you cannot choose this approach initially, just taking it easy and learning. I think you should try to give your maximum straight away, push really hard, and see where it puts you. I think this is would be the best approach if you want to succeed in the future. Well, it was a very nice experience, of course. It was pretty cool to drive for the first time. Uh, Exciting, definitely. Climbing in for the first time was very exciting. I'm still very excited, so yeah, it's obviously an unforgettable experience. Oh well, yes and no, because of course many changes in the regulations, but still the big manufacturers, they're staying there, so I think we obviously have a good chance, like everyone else. Everybody will be fighting to be as high up there as possible, and so we will do. So we will do our best, and I think we will see where we are. But I strongly believe that we can fight. Yes, it does. It does suit my driving style very well. I think I still have a few things to learn, but like everyone else does, it will be a lot of learning to do even in the first races for everyone, and then we will see. Mm, well, one of the biggest changes in the regulations is that we're allowed to carry only 100 kilos of fuel now, so that's probably going to be quite a big challenge, because who knows if we have to save it or not, but if it happens so, I think it's going to be quite a big change for the drivers. A lot of torque, I believe, is going to be also a big challenge, so that's pretty much all. Then the tires, in my opinion, we still have many things to discover. Well, obviously, if you have to save fuel, it's gonna be not making you feeling very comfortable if other people don't have to do so, and yeah, it can be a very positive thing if you don't have to do it and others have to do. It's gonna be once again, it's gonna be a lot of. You have to be quite clever driver to be in front, like it has always been. But I think this year is gonna be a very particular thing. Well, I really like challenges, but I prefer to keep them for myself. I think life without challenges is not interesting. So yeah, we will see. We can be. First of all, I think I'm the youngest driver on the grid, but there are many things I'm very excited about. I can't wait for it to start. Yeah, well, it's very nice. Of course, entering Formula One at such a young age, it's very also important. That means that you have a lot of time to learn, of course, but once again, you know, my approach is not that way that I want to learn forever. But yeah, once again, it doesn't change too much because in a few years' time, it's already not gonna be so young age anymore. However, once again, I'm gonna do my best, and we will see where we are. Well, to be honest, it's about 17th or 16th race in the calendar, so it's a bit too early to think about it so soon. Of course, I'm excited about it that it's happening. Very good for the Russian fans. Very good for me as a Russian driver to present my country in a Russian Grand Prix and an F1 overall. But yeah, we should go step by step, and once it comes, then we think about that race. So far, we don't know what to expect. Yeah, absolutely. It's already now is growing quite a lot in Russia, and with the first Grand Prix, I think it's going to be even more. There was Vitaly Petrov as the first Russian Formula One driver. Now it's me. Then Russian Grand Prix, and I think last few years it has been already very good in terms of popularity growing in Russia, and it should be more and more, so we can reach the level of Europe. Well, it's a great feeling. I won my first race in Sochi as well, which was my first race, and yeah, I think life has this funny matches, or how do you call them? So it's absolutely great. Yeah, well, it's a good question. 26. I just like this number. There are, of course, birthday. Just like how this number looks on my helmet, probably, and on my car. So, I think, and then I just got to know that actually, Fan here has been driving with this number. Actually, even Dr. Helmut Marko had this number for Monaco Grand Prix of 1972, I believe. So, and then of course Jacques Lafitte was quite popular with that number, but it doesn't really matter for me because I think you should make a history out of number, not looking at the history it had in the past. So I think it's a right approach. Oh, yeah, I believe so, but I think Jeff is the last person who will help me in the Formula One paddock because. Um, Yes, we're teammates. Of course, we can watch something from each other. It's good to collaborate in the beginning. I believe we both understand it. Yes, he's much more experienced, but in the end, I believe the strongest will win in the end. So, like it always happens. No, I don't think it would be a correct thing to focus on because in the end, at the beginning of the championship, we should be collaborating in some way because it would be very benefiting thing for the team. But then yeah, of course, it's important I think to beat everyone in this sport. Of course, teammate, everybody's comparing you with your own teammate, but we will see. Yeah, the thing that Ricardo he moved up to Red Bull Racing. It shows that it's working really good, but of course I'm focused now on my work with Toro Rosso, and I think we have many things to do together, and then the time will show what will happen. in the future, but at the moment I'm not thinking about anything else than on the job ahead with Toro Rosso. You know, a fun driver doesn't have so much free time. Between simulator, training, sponsor events, driving itself, free time is not that much. Well, of course, for a rookie, it would be very good to spend the time training, even the free time spending it in training in the gym or running or whatever you prefer. Well, of course, I do have friends, probably not so many, but quite good ones. I like to go out with them, and I like to be in Moscow sometimes, in Rome. I really like these two cities. Of course, visiting my home town, Ufa, is a bit complicated because it's really far away, but I try to go there as often as possible. Then that's pretty much it. Of course, going out sometimes it's quite normal for a young person, but it's always in the right proportions. No, only fun is the sport I'm focused on. I know when I was younger, well, smaller, I used to play tennis quite at a good, high level. Tried myself in football, a bit in swimming, and so on. I like to play table tennis as well. I like to do mountain biking, but then once again, Formula One is a profession for 365 days out of 365, in my opinion. Only this way you can succeed.